Until I met you, it was. Until I met you.
Dudes, what it be? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today, as you guys see, I'm sitting in the trunk right here for size to show you how tiny these trunks are in the EVO 10s, as you already know probably. So today I'm going to show you guys a quick tutorial of how to make your trunk a little bigger.
Hope you have a big trunk, because I'm putting my bike in it.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get in. Alright guys, getting right into it. Moving to the rear of the trunk. As you see, this is extremely small, as you saw me in there. So if you do travel with your EVO, you definitely want some more space in here. This isn't really usable for normal commuting. So first thing we're going to do is you're going to take your carpet, you're going to toss that to the side for now. We're going to be reusing that. Then you're going to take your center cardboard piece, which we'll be making little baby legs in a second, what you'll see, to support any weight that we're currently still using after this. Jumping right down, your spare tire is just held in lefty-loosey. Go ahead and take that thing right out the center here. Alright guys. As you can see, this tire is a little heavy, as well as going to be the jacks that we have in there in a second. So this is roughly maybe around 50 pounds-ish. We'll weigh that in a second here. So not only are you doubling the space in your trunk for a little more travel and comfort, but you're also going to be saving around 50 pounds, and obviously power to weight's everything. So it's a nice little benefit of today's install as well. Alright, now that we got all our trunk out, what we're going to do is we're going to be taking out our sides really quick. You're going to have your two little cardboard pieces here. Just going to take those and put those to the side for now. Alright guys, now to get your Phillips screwdriver, you're going to have only two Phillips screws holding in these side compartments on each side. So we'll take this one out first. You're going to have one down here. It's already kind of loosened up a little bit to make it easier. Pull that out. There's a little Phillips. Then you have your one in the back here. Sorry about that. Boom. We got two Phillips out. And then this thing just slides right out, opening that up. Boom. Minus 10 pounds probably in here.
Easy come, easy go.
Alright guys, now before starting the trunk mod here to make it bigger, as I did say, you do lose a bunch of weight by taking all your spare tire and all that stuff out and replacing it with just this false bottom. So to end this debate, we're going to go ahead and weigh each of these items and add them up so we know exactly how much weight we're going to be saving. Alright guys, so just a point of reference, we are at 163.8. So what I'm going to do is hold each item in my arms now, and then we'll subtract that, and that's how we're going to get our total today. Now, weighing one of these each at a time here. Let me grab the tire here. Remember, we're at 163.8 before. Now stepping on the scale, trying to hold this nice and even.
Easy come, easy go.
Alright guys, getting right into it. As you saw, we just took all our junk out the trunk, so it's just bare metal right now. The only thing that we're going to be keeping today and putting back in is going to be our cardboard piece down here, as well as our original carpet that goes over the top, so it's going to be nice and clean still. So today, a couple of items I want to point out is this is how we did ours. To each their own. You can do any type of legs that you want to make, but we made little PVC legs, just nice and cheap style. I even hacksaw these just with this little saw right here just to make this happen. Again, you can use anything you wanted to. Roughly, I want to bring a measuring tape out. Each leg is roughly going to be 3 inches, something of that nature, as you can see. This one right here ended up being a little shorter because you'll end up modifying these a tiny bit to each person's trunk, because after you mount them down to the piece of cardboard, as you know, inside the trunk has got a little bit of waves and little bumps on the bottom, so you'll have to compensate for those a little bit. So today you saw I have my hot glue gun here because that's nice and easy to take on and off, and we're going to have that all adjusted back and forth until we get it completely flat. We'll throw the carpet on and then you're back in it. All right, as you guys can see, we do have some markings on the top of the pieces I already have because I did already make this for the sake of the video, just to so we didn't sit here and go back and forth with the actual adjustment of your legs. Again, you will be touching those up just a touch, but this is going to get you really, really close to where you want to be, and then you have to minorly adjust it. So just flipping this over, you'll see some of the numbers that I have marked on here already. I did mark out. There's a 5 here, a 4 here, a 3 here. There's some X's and such on. Okay, so these are just the points of reference that we have. So I'll go ahead and fast forward this and show you guys when they're actually in, to show you where I thought were the best spots after trialing and erroring a whole bunch with it. So let's get into that, and we'll see. Alright guys, there it is. That's how we hot glued it down. This is just a temporary, like I said, doing the hot glue gun. You can use something different. This is a pretty stationary piece, so you're not going to be pricking it in and out. So usually the hot glue is worked for me. You can do maybe an epoxy or something different if you want to do that. But again, to each their own. But this is pretty much the location that we have down here of how we had it set up in our trunk personally. Again, each trunk has little grooves in it, so you will be adjusting it a little bit back and forth. So put something temporary like I did, and then make it a little more permanent later on. But also just something worth showing is these tops right here. I actually just took electric tape because that seemed to do it completely fine. And in the trunk, it is raw metal on the very bottom there. So what I'm doing is just taking a little bit of electric tape to take in if there's any vibration between these little legs and the floor. You don't get any shake sound from it. I didn't have any issue necessarily before, but just since this is a PVC and that's metal, I can only imagine it possibly can make a sound. So just in prevention, I just wrap these little tips, wrap them all up, and that way there's no sound from that. Go ahead and take this and just very carefully take that. Just slide that right down. Now again, I've already messed with this a little bit, so you already know of, I already know exactly where they needed to be, so kind of try to take what I had there and work off of that and then go from there. But look at this. So we have the perfect PVC legs down here. About 3 inches is that gap that we showed you earlier of how much the legs you need to make. And now it's completely flush to this. So with it all being flush here, again, I mean, you can put as much weight, I think you can put more weight on this than when you have the tire in there. When you do have the tire in there, and you guys saw me in the trunk earlier, it's actually bowing a little bit, this little cardboard piece. So with this in here, it's completely solid, and we're just going to go ahead, finish this entire job up in 1 second, and just take our carpet, throw it right back down, and we are done. The trunk is double the space it was before. I'm going to give you a couple of references really quick, and just as you can see, it goes completely flush from one side to the other, and it's actually stronger than it was before. Now before in the picture, we had the VP jug here, and it was sitting somewhere around this, I want to say. So now with this floor in there, it actually, the VP racing jug will fit right up under here. Gotta shimmy it under, and it will fit right inside of there. So as you can see, the jug fitting in there, you can only imagine now if you are traveling with your EVO anywhere, with this amount of space, you can put 3-4 luggage suitcases in the back and a bunch of other stuff, and it's much more usable on the daily. Alright guys, and we are back in it. As you can see, about double the space here. Earlier my head was hitting the top over here. You just saw our little fitment with the VP jug. A lot more solid on the bottom here. And just all around, just more room for activities.
Look at all this floor space. So much. We do aerobics in here.
So many activities.
Do step class.
It's making my head spin how many activities we can do.
Boom dudes, and there it is. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please do stay tuned for the future. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, and we'll see you then.
I've been living like I've got nothing to lose. If I seem distant, it's 'cause I'm scared of losing